You're better than the best. I'm lucky just to linger in your life.
Hello all, and welcome to the Knit and Purl podcast, episode 152. A week later. Yeah, I was a little under the weather last week, so I just waited a week. You can find the show notes for this podcast on knitandpurl-doris.blogspot.com. You will find a handy dandy link in the down bar below to the show notes, to the Ravelry group, which is the Knit and Purl podcast group, and to my Etsy store. When you go to the show notes, you will find links to my social media, and you can click and go over there and follow me in the social medias, and I would follow you back. I told you this group, this podcast has a Ravelry group, and I do a Ravelry group birthday shout out every podcast. These birthdays will be from June 1st to June 15th. We have Lisa 911, who is Lisa, and her birthday was on the 11th. We have Eliz Stitches, who's Bet. Her birthday was also on 6/11. And finally we have the Yarn and I, who is Cappy. Her birthday is today. Happy birthday. Happy birthday, ladies. I hope that you did have or will have a wonderful birthday, that you got nice fibery gifts, that you got to spend time with friends and family, that you got to do everything that you wanted to do, and that you eat birthday cake, or your version of a birthday cake. Happy birthday. So before I go into the summer along, since the last prize draw for the Potiversary, those people have not responded. I'm sorry, I'm looking out the window, it's kind of stormy. And that's also why the lighting is terrible and there's shadows on my face. Just don't look at me until you hear me hold up projects. How about that? Or just kind of like, I don't know. So those people did not respond and get their gifts. So I'm going to redraw. We now have 122 members in the group, and so I'm going to draw the person. It's like 1 through 61. That winner will receive this beautiful fingering weight yarn. It is Wisdom Yarns Picks Self-Striping Yarn Creating a Pharaoh Pattern. This is 75% superwash wool, 25% nylon, 420 meters or 459 yards. Beautiful stuff, and the color is called Cake Party. There you go. Sorry for that. There you go. That's kind of what it looks like. It's very pretty. This I got in Florida 2 years ago, or a year ago in January. So a year and a half ago. I didn't use it, so I'm giving it away. And members 62 to 122 will get this Regia Perfect skein. If you can kind of see what it's a nice pattern in grays. If you like gray, or if your husband, want to knit a pair of meal socks, I would wear these. So this will go to them. Also, they will also receive something special from me, a set of my stitch markers or progress keepers, and you'll never know. You'll never know what you're going to get until you get it. So I'm going to random number generator on my phone, and is this it? I never know. So 1 through 61, 61. So I'm going to show you, and hopefully it'll 1 through 61. Generate. The winner is number 6. So now I have to go to a member list. Number 6 is Christy Rose. Christy Rose, when you see this, contact me with your address and you will receive this yarn. And Christy Rose, which Christy is also a sock knitter, so yay! So the second numbers is, we change the numbers, 62 through 122. I'm going to show you that. Hopefully you can see it. And I'm going to hit generate. Number 81 is a winner. Number 81. Number 81 is Birdie and Poppet. Birdie and Poppet, who is Gil. Let me know you saw this. Send me a message and I will send this yarn off to you, Gil. I don't know if I'm saying this right. Birdie and Poppet. Birdie and Poppet, who is Gil. You win the yarn and some other prizes from me. So congratulations and thank you for being a member and for being there. Thank you so much. Now I have to go back to the, is that it? Nope, not that one. Okay. So now that brings us to the summer along, which is a scrappy PC along for the months of June, July, and August. Please consider joining for a chance for prizes or just to work on your scrappy projects or your PC projects. So the rules are you must be a member of the group to qualify for prizes. Whips are welcome. So if you've got a languishing scrappy like scrappy crochet scrappy stripe blanket, or what is it called, Cozy Memories blanket, or just a granny square blanket or granny square project that you're using up scraps, awesome. All of those things are welcome. Whips are welcome. So let me think where I'm at. Any scrappy or PC project that is a whip or a new project starts June 1st and will end August 31st. Prizes each month. June 1st or after, claim your project with a picture or a link to a project page and proclaim this is what you're going to be working on for the month of June. And at the end of the month, you post your progress pictures in the same link that you proclaimed your project, in the same post, so we can see beginning and end. Chatter is also welcome on the thread, but it will be easier to go through and see the projects and stuff if you post at the end of the month your progress. That would be wonderful. Chatter is welcome and encouraged, winner by random number generator, and there is a possibility of a big grand prize at the end of the summer. So that is all of that. Stash enhancement. See, this is from a week ago, so I'm going to go over this and there is more stash. Okay, had a wonderful Memorial Day. All the kids and grandkids came and we had a barbecue and enjoyed the pool and each other's company. Also, on Saturday, now it's 2 weeks ago, coming up Saturday, Ted and I drove to Grain Valley to meet Scarlett Adele and get the blanket to her. So that was wonderful. She's beautiful. And I will be inserting pictures or a Pinscher montage here so that you can see her. She's beautiful. This week has been very high stress. I still don't feel that great. On Monday, my brother who lives with us had a heart attack, but he's home now, and there was minimal damage. I'm sorry for leaning. There's minimal damage to his heart. He had a couple stents put in, and in a couple weeks he has to go back in and have a few more stents put in. So happy thoughts and prayers would be wonderful. So that was kind of stressful this week, but everything is even now. He's, like I said, he's back home. He's doing well. He's following the doctor's orders, so that is all good. What else? I do have some stash. As you will see in some of my whips and my finished objects, I got, I'm sorry, I'm going to put this back for safekeeping. As you will see in works in progress and finished objects, I got out three cakes of carrot cake are out of my stash. One of them is a wearable thing now. So I got another skein of this mixed berry because I want to have 2 skeins because I want to make a beautiful shawl for me as a memorial for my 2018 birthday cake. I also purchased this yarn because the yarn I was using for the other whip, this is the best match I could find because they didn't have that color anymore. You'll see this full story. This is called Pistachio, I think. Yep, Pistachio. And I'm hoping it matches well to the project. You'll see. Also, on Saturday, I was perusing, I think it was Saturday, maybe it was Sunday. I was perusing Instagram and I came across a post from Deb of Deb's Destiny on Ravelry and Never Cast Off podcast. She's had opened an Etsy store. So I just trotted right over, found something I wanted, and got to be the first purchaser. So I'm going to share you that. I've been curious about these. These are the crazy millins that she talks about from the mill in their area. I can't remember the name of the mill. It's Shepherd's. Don't make me drop things. I'm gonna dig. I'm sorry. This is real entertaining podcasting, but I want to tell you the name of the wool or where the wool is from. So I'm sorry. So I have some that I purchased a while ago and still haven't done anything with. It is from Shepherd's Wool, which is in Stonehenge Fiber Mill in Michigan. Stonehenge. I don't think you're going to be able to see that. But these are the mill-ins, which if you watch the Never Cast Off, you've heard them talk about it. Crazy mill-ins. They're beautiful. She sold them as a set of 2 skeins. It is sport weight yarn. It's 100% merino. It's squishy and soft. And I'm excited. It's beautiful. Thank you, Debbie. I love it. I think this is going to be a crazy shawl too, just because. Use some bigger needles for it and just make a drapey, colorful shawl. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Okay. She also sent a beautiful card. Beautiful card. With beautiful note to me. And some tea. Hot cinnamon spice from Flavored Black Teas, Henry & Sons Fine Teas. It looks good. I love a good cinnamon tea. Thank you, Debbie. Enjoyed the package so much. Okay, moving on to Health Pearl. How am I going to get to it? Okay. I know it's a little choppy. Thank you for your patience. Just gonna go to where I had it. It's not there. It's not there, so I'm sorry. I'll cut this out if I can. I'll cut this out if I can. So, you know I have problems with my, there we go. Please open, please open. 15 reasons you should drink lemon water every morning. Show you what the page looks like, and I'm just going to give you a preview of what they're talking about. I'm not going to read it all. Okay, it says it hydrates the lymph system, helps purify and stimulate the liver, helps aid in elimination, aids in digestion. Drink warm water and lemon every morning upon waking. Can aid in weight loss. Lemons are high in pectin fiber, which helps fight hunger cravings. Helps to reduce phlegm in the body. Has an alkalining effect on the body. The higher, the more alkaline your pH, the more your body is resistant to minor and major diseases. So that's just a review. I'm not gonna go through and read it all because we're not here solely for the Health Pearl. We're here for the yarn and the projects. So if you are interested, there is a link in the show notes so that you can go over there and read all about it. So I have one finished object, and darn it, sorry, it is not my socks. Oh, I just broke something. Oh Lord, what a mess. I broke the tip off my cabinet handle. So, I'm a hot mess, but we're okay. Finished object. I finished the Step It Up knitted shawl, which is a free pattern on Ravelry by Karen Design Team. The yarn was my birthday cake, Karen Cake, in the color Mixed Fruit, and I used my Knit Pro Zings US 8 5mm 32-inch circular. And when I finished it, truth be told, I was not happy with. It was more like a scarf than a shawl when I finished it, so I took it downstairs, pinned it out, and aggressively blocked it with a steam iron, and I am more happy with it. I can make it into a shawl, and I can just throw it over one shoulder, stick a shawl pin, and it's more like a shawl than a scarf, so I'm happy with it. I'm happy with it. It was a fun knit. I don't know if I told you last time, I was hankering to do another hitchhiker, and I found this pattern, and I'm like, much better. It's like a hitchhiker, you see? But only increasing on one side. Increasing on one side and decreasing on the other. A number of rows. It's beautiful. I love it. I'm happy with it. And it's a memory for my birthday, 2018. There you go. Love it. So, works in progress. I made very little progress. On the projects that you saw last week, I made very little progress. So, in my bag, from Knit Spin Farms, Joanne, my cow bag, I have the piecing project, which is called the Penwheels shawl. It's a free pattern on Ravelry by Yarnspirations Design Studios. The yarn is Knit Picks Brava Sport in Cotton Candy and Rouge. The hook I'm using is an F, just the plain old. There you go. So, last week you saw the completed one. It's still, the ends still haven't been blocked in. But that's what you saw last week. And I finished, except for the border, the second block. And I did not block them. And this has been like, I haven't worked on it since the weekend after the last podcast. Because I don't know how I like it, but I'm gonna try to push through, block them, and see how I like the blocks. This yarn has got to become something. Once it's down and stretched out, I like it, and I think I will like it. It's just, I've had my mind preoccupied with other things and being sick, so that is that project. I'm so put off with myself. In my bag by Sheila from the Thank God for Bags, my birthday bag, I have this sock that I still haven't finished. Ugh, I should be finished by now. I think I showed this, I don't remember, 3 weeks ago where I was, but like I said, this should be done. I am almost to the foot shaping, the toe shaping, and this will be a finished sock. This is the Vanilla is the New Black sock, which is a paid-for pattern on Ravelry by Anna Fletcher. The yarn is the Patton's Croix sock in the color Brown Rose Morrow. The needles are US 2.75 carbons. Okay, so the thing that I noticed about this sock, my gauge changed between the double points and the magic loop. This one's bigger, but Don't we all have one foot that's bigger than the other? It's not incredibly much bigger, but it's bigger. But anyway, I love this heel. And as soon as this sock is done, I'm going to pick up another sock project that is waiting for a hill, and I'm going to do it again. Yes, I am, because I love it. If I ever get done with this one. And I got obsessed and started another project that has been taking up a lot of my crafting time. But before I show you that, let me put this over here. I got so much junk here, you wouldn't believe. I also have a scrappy project that's long term that I did a few rows on this week. It's the, I don't know where I got the pattern. I've been working on it so long. I think it's one of the first ever scrap, the designer who did the crocheted stripe. I'm doing this is my, let me see if I can kind of give you an idea how big it is. I'm using all my leftover Karen Cake yarn to make this. This is my dedicated leftover Karen Cake blanket or Afghan or whatever. So if you can see where the orange and the yellow are, that's what I added in the last 3 weeks. I added a few rows of that from my leftover, what is this called? It's the Rainbow Sprinkle leftover yarn from the rainbow shawl that I knitted, that I crocheted recently. So this is leftover, so I'm adding that. So I have these, this is another PC Scrappy project that I will be working on. And it uses a H hook. I'm using an H hook with this yarn. So it sits over here. What else? Finally, a project that ate up 2 skeins of 2 cakes of Karen Cake. I have made 4 granny squares. This one is put together partially to make a granny square poncho. So here's the front, and this goes over. I was working on seaming last night, and I started on this side, seaming the one in, and yeah, it's gonna be a poncho. I'm so happy. I've been, since the 70s, I've seen these granny square ponchos, and I've always been intrigued. And so when I came across Jada in Stitches on YouTube, and she does crochet stuff, and she had this, and there's a link in the show notes to the video of this video tutorial of this granny square poncho that I'm working on. So I put the squares together, and then you crochet around. Well, I'm out of that yarn, so I'm thinking this will go just fine as the border and the neckline. What do you think? Am I crazy? I think it'll be fine. It's like crazy color, and it's like retro poncho, so I think it's gonna be fine. Let me know what you think in the comments below. So I did a little bit of spinning on this lovely stuff. This is all I have left of the first 2 ounces, and it's attached to my wheel, so not a lot. Then I'll be ready to start the next 2 ounces and ply it and have some beautiful yarn. This is from the Stephen B shop that I got for Christmas. It is Anzula Luxury Fibers, hand-dyed spinning fiber, stargazer, because it's like sparkly, everything. It says the theme for this is garden. It is 85% superwash merino and 16% sparkling stellina. I am spinning this very... Okay, the recording stopped, so I'm going to assume that you saw the fiber, and I will do the editing as need be. So that's the spinning, and I didn't find Pinterest, but I did find a stumble, which now I'm curious what it was since it's been 2 weeks since I saw it. And I can't do that, so shoot. Just go to the show notes and click on the stumble link. I think it was something funny or something, but I don't know, and I am so sorry, but I don't want to keep you any longer than you need to be. So just remember, in the down bar below and in the link in the show notes, the down bar below, there is a link to my Etsy store. Please go over, have a look around, and if you find something that you just can't live without, I will happily sell it to you and ship it as soon as I possibly can. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Winners, don't forget to contact me and give me your address so I can get your prizes out to you. Thank you guys so much again, and I hope I can edit this in such a way that it'll be seamless. Thank you guys so much, and bye.
You smile.
You make me smile.
Oh, you make me smile.